today's episode, we are introducing Bad Women's Anatomy. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how much people know, so we can explore that together. So although how you approach sex is lovely, it's not ego satisfying because you basically treat him how you would want to treat a woman after sex. What, with love and respect? Why treat people differently based on gender? Because the topic is sex, not a workplace or friendship. Common and good hetero sex is about man doing most of the hard work and woman just showing enthusiasm. So sex is all about men? What the? Anyways, that's not how it works. Women have pleasure centers too, and if you failed to notice that by now, says a lot about you and your skills. Let's explore more, shall we? Things seem to be looking up here. I see many posts about the labia being larger than expected. Beef curtains? I know what that means and I know like how it looks, but why call it beef curtains? Oh no, beef curtains or smaller than others are virgin? How does this make any sense? But I've never seen any posts or comments talking about lopsided labias. It's something I've never understood up until now, and I always wondered why I never saw this anatomical part on diagrams. Why isn't this spoken about more? I'm almost 21. I always thought there was something wrong with me, but I never knew that. My sister still uses it as a joking point, referring to it as my penis for some reason, and I'm just shocked I've never seen anything about it ever. Oh my. And this is just why we need better sex ed. Now I'm gonna just move on. This was said to me in a job interview last week. I was at an interview for a receptionist file clerk position last week, and the lady interviewing me emphasized how she pays attention to the weight of items her female employees have to lift or carry upstairs. According to her, lifting too much weight can harm your reproductive organs and reduce your ability to have babies, and I know you all want to have children one day. Okay, two things. As far as I know, lifting and doing heavy like related work or work at night, those women who do those jobs tend to have fewer mature eggs, but I think you can look it up. But yeah, but it's not a big deal. Also, you're kind of assuming that everyone wants to have kids. Not everyone wants to have kids. Leave the woman alone. Oh well, I would do research before working and knowing that my job is lifting 50 million things every day. Most women don't have a hair though. What do you think this is? I think some people think that women are like a whole different species. Someone's in for a rude awakening. My dad told me my period would lighten up or go away. A year or two ago, my dad told me that painful and long periods aren't natural, and women have painful periods because of their lifestyle choices. Said that if I detoxed and ate less meat, then my period would be less days and would be lighter or even go away altogether. He then said that vegan women don't have painful periods and they only last 3 days. My dad has said some questionable things, but this takes the cake. His references going up with all women apparently makes you an expert on all things women. Fun fact, people are unique. Sure, volume of Photoshop butts can be pretty off when looking for gym shorts, but this one takes the cake. For First of all, that's not a butt. That is a balloon in pants. Oh, fun stuff. Let's dive into a little bit of misogyny. Be aware of the retired garden tool, the holy hole 3. After years in the trenches, she finally decides to retire. She knows there's only one place she can redeem herself: church. Avoid church females plus 25. They are nothing but retired soldiers. No, someone is clearly very salty. Moving on! Apparently, this comments came down on a post from someone who had just removed their breast implants for whatever reason. I don't know, but these are the comments that came below it on Instagram. I don't care what you use your breasts for or what you do with them, but from a biological perspective, you're only there to breastfeed. You just feel the need to come here and disagree from a fact because you probably feel some sort of need to make up for what you lack, like all child-free women do. Say that to the amount of women who are not nice word until they are in their 30s and they are surprised by not being able to find a good husband that wants them, and if they do find him, by the time they no longer can have children, and then they have to find a way to cope with these child-free communities. Like, no one cares if you can't have a child. No one cares if you can't have children. You just don't need to mention that every time someone says something about motherhood or children. 30s is very young. You can still have kids at 30. Why are you so salty? That there are child-free communities. People maybe had a very unfortunate miscarriage, or they had like an issue at pregnancy, or they have an issue with their reproductive system and can't have kids, so they try to talk about it. You rather have them depressed and end up doing bad things? Maybe you do, because you seem like a freaking woman hater. When I was 15 years old, I had an aunt who spread through the entire family how she knew I wasn't a virgin. I mean, I wasn't, but it also wasn't a secret, simply because I walked my hips swayed, to quote her, like a prostitute. I've always walked the same way, even before I had sex for the first time. I'm now 35 and still think about this regularly. Also, even if she is not a virgin, why do you care? Why does it matter? Leave the woman alone. This one is titled, "Your Ovaries Would Be Hanging Out." Looks like we're in for a story. Just overheard a conversation between a group in a bar, and the woman was saying how the day before she had been at a barbecue and was relaxing on the grass before realizing she had a huge hole in her pants. Right on my area. She said, thank goodness she was wearing undies, and one dude chimes in with, good thing, otherwise your ovaries would be hanging out. He was quickly corrected by, my goodness. Anyways, I think it's pretty gross people breastfeed. It's not milk, it's bodily fluids. Might as well feed your little ones your pee. We have bottles and formula that's meant to feed your baby. Start giving your body fluid a class name by calling it milk. It's not milk. Milk comes from cows. It's almost like saying almonds make milk. Idiots everywhere. Well, there's almond milk. But animals do it. What do you mean? And yeah, oh, we're not animals. So what? You think before they invented formula and powdered milk, like, oh, here we go. We got Facebook science here. Menstruation isn't natural. It's an unnatural response to improper dietary habits and toxic environment. All estrogens are poisonous. Well, okay. Anyways, let me carry on my poison lifestyle. Yeah, sure, boys have it bad, but girls carry humans in their bodies for 9 months. We are always expecting big cherries and big... What? Girls don't necessarily get it worse, so I wouldn't even go there.